do. We'll get started here soon, here within the next minute or so. Just need to give me another shot of NutriBurst. I have some bowling coaching clients that I have here later on this evening. So I need that little extra boost with NutriBurst. And by the way, if you're new and you have not had an opportunity to try our liquid multivitamin, we dub it as Liquid Gold. If you would like to try a sample, hey, just DM me, let me know, and I'll make sure I get a free sample out to you. But I need to go ahead and do this now, because today is the last of the series of 5 steps to transformation. Hey, Ro, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Good to see you. So I'm actually finishing up my first series in doing Facebook Lives. Imagine that. And I used to be absolutely terrified and even just recording a video, much less going live. So now I am live. Hi, Kimberly. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. And as a matter of fact, if you happen to be catching this later on, go ahead, if you would, and just type replay so I'll be able to keep up and know when people are actually coming to look at this video. And if you had an opportunity to see any of the lives before, as I was going through the 5 steps of transformation, today is number 5. If you find any value in what I'm saying, please go ahead and share this video, because I'm pretty sure somebody is going to be blessed by this. Give it about 45 more seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump off into it. So I hope everyone has had a wonderful day so far. Today has been good on this end. Been a beautiful day outside. It actually was pretty mild, about 55 degrees, so I can get with it. Most definitely. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get off into it right now. Once again, welcome for those of you who are actually coming on to this live right now. And what I'm doing is finishing up the series of 5 steps to transformation. And when I'm talking about transformation, I'm speaking specifically more so to weight loss journeys, physical transformations, wellness transformations, as far as our health is concerned. Now, what I want to do before I get into the last step, the 5th step of transformation, I want to quickly go over the first 4 steps, just real quick. Now, in the first video, I had actually talked about having a C moment, SEE, which stands for significant emotional event. There's something that has happened to you personally, as to which it caused enough emotion in order for you to at least initially take action, which leads into number 2, taking very specific and intentional actions to accomplish your goals, to make sure that you win. You have got to be very, very intentional as far as when you're taking these steps. You just can't be like, well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and lose weight. Okay, well, how are you going to go about that? What is your plan? And that goes into this next step here, because as you're gathering information to find out, well, what's going to work best for you, my next step is open your mind, then close it. Here's what I mean by that. There's so much information out here. There are so many gurus out here that we have a tendency to gather information from 20 different places. And then when we try to put it all together, we find that it doesn't work for us. So my advice for you is this. Pick a teacher, a mentor, or a coach that has your best interest at mind, one that you're comfortable with, one that you know that, hey, look, I can vibe with them, I connect with them, and especially someone who has actually walked the walk that you're trying to take. Because we have plenty of coaches out here that has absolutely fantastic information, but sometimes the connection falls apart because even though you can tell me where to go, you haven't felt what I felt. I can tell you I have felt basically every emotion that you have felt, because at once upon a time I was 363 pounds. I had a love-hate relationship with the mirror, more hate than love, and I had some very embarrassing moments that gave me more than one C moment that set me up to be able to do this. So there's an old saying that says, hey, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. If you're new as far as this information is concerned, and if you're looking for a teacher, I would love to be your teacher. Now that goes into step number 4. Create a plan based upon your life. And I encourage you to do that because, once again, there's so much information out here. There's so many other individuals that are on their journey. It's real easy to get caught up in everybody else's results. It's real easy to get caught up in seeing, well, this person lost 10 pounds in 1 week, but I only lost 2. Well, that's an unfair comparison. And here's the reason why. You don't know exactly, first of all, their physical makeup. Number 2, you do not know their lifestyle. You know, they may be the type of individual that can go to the gym 7 days a week. As for you, you may have children, and that is an entire job all by itself, whether it be 1 or 5. That is an entire job all to itself, and so therefore you might not have the time that an individual has to devote to going and working out. So that's why I encourage you to actually develop a plan that's based on your life. And do not compare yourself to somebody else's journey. What you can do is compare apples to apples, which is compare you to you. In other words, if you happen to have went to the gym 2 times last week, but then you turn around this week and you add 1 more day to it, then that is a fair comparison because you are comparing you with you. And it doesn't take you out of the game. It doesn't allow you to get disappointed in results that you didn't achieve because somebody else had their results. Let you be you and be the greatest you could possibly be. And then that leads me to the last step. And it's almost as important as number 1 because, of course, number 1, having that C moment, it gets you emotionally involved. It gives you the initial push. When you fall off the wagon, because you will, because we're all human, we all have this human experience and life happens. When you fall off the wagon, you make sure you immediately jump back on. You don't think about it for a day or 2. You don't wait 3 days later. You jump back on it the next day. What do I mean by that? Look, we are in the holiday season. There's a whole lot of gatherings going on. And even though we understand COVID is happening, we still have family. And we just going to indulge to a certain degree. I believe in that. And there's no crime in that. So let's say, for instance, you happen to go to some party. And it's not a big party. It might be just people with inside your home. And there's a lot of good food there. And you decide you want to go ahead and indulge a little bit. Now, what you can't do is once you have indulged, you sit there and you condemn yourself. You go through this self-condemnation, and it doesn't allow you to take the next step, which is to immediately get back on the wagon. That means the next day, you can't go back and do what you did on day 1. And you also can't do this, because this is also very, very important. And we're right around New Year's. And so this is crucial because New Year's actually, I believe, falls on a Friday. What we don't want to do is fall off the wagon a little bit on Christmas and then say, well, you know what? I'm going to get back on New Year's. No, I don't think you want to do that. Because if New Year's falls on Friday, well, who wants to start a wellness journey all over again on Friday? What we're going to do is say, well, we'll wait till Monday. Well, that Monday is January the 4th. No, wrong mentality, because your health requires 100% of your attention all the time. And even though we have the human experience, and even though we're going to fall off, the very next thing we need to do is actually jump back on. And there's also some science to that. I had spoken previously as far as the habits that we develop and how our brain works. And I think it's called neuroassociative conditioning, where we literally, the brain actually operates off of pictures. So if you've already started a journey and you have developed somewhat, some good habits, and somehow or another you fall off, then what you're doing, if you don't get right back on that wagon, is disturbing the picture that has been painted. And so therefore it is important to actually continue creating that picture, because the mind is going to automatically go to the picture that has already been painted. And if you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping, that picture will never be completed. Now, what image do you have of yourself at the end of your journey? Exactly. So let's not disturb that image. Let's not disturb that picture. If you fall off, there's no time for self-condemnation. You jump right back on. Hey, look, it has been an absolute pleasure. I can't believe that I've literally completed a series on Facebook Live over the past couple of weeks, but this is what I've done. And I appreciate each and every one of you who have come on here on live, those who have actually caught these lives on replay. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you happen to be an individual, a new individual who is looking to really take control of their wellness journey, and you need some help as far as direction and just a little bit of wisdom, hey, look, I would love to be that coach for you. So just DM me, let me know. We'll go ahead, we'll get something set up. And I want to encourage each and every one of you, look, stay safe as far as this holiday season is concerned. I am looking forward to all the success stories that are coming out of a particular challenge that I'm a part of. Of course, I'm in Total Life Changes, and our team, Fit and Free TLC, we're having a transformation challenge. And I'm seeing so much success, so much encouragement, and it's a beautiful thing. And I want to encourage each and every one of you to just be kind to yourself. There's this thing called grace. And in this wellness journey, there's going to be times where you're not going to make the best decision, and there may even be a time where you fall off. Just know you can jump right back on and start it all over again, because it's your life. But the bottom line is this. You cannot worry about being perfect. This is all about consistency, and even more so about completion. Let's complete that picture of wellness for your life. My time is up. I thank you for yours. You all be blessed. And until next time, take care.